Welcome to a brand new adventure. I'm Ben Witkowski and I'm going off the beaten track. We're going to start here at Port Macdonell, the southernmost point of South Australia, and this is a big one. We are going all the way to Darwin.
All my life, I have had two major passions, music and travel. There are so many stories around the world that are yet to be told, in places like this, places off the beaten track. I have lived in many a great corner of this incredible country, from the deep south of Tasmania to the remote wonders of the Pilbara, and everywhere in between. I'm so grateful for the experiences I have had over the years. Throughout this journey, I have always loved playing music, writing songs, performing, or just escaping it all for a second at the piano. It got me thinking about the connection between a destination and music. Can music and the arts help showcase a location? Does music and the arts help preserve culture, establish identity and community, and promote life in the area that it occurs? Join me on this quest to see beautiful places, meet beautiful people, and discover a side of the world yet to be documented. Our journey starts in Port Macdonell, the southernmost point of South Australia, experiencing the epic limestone coast through Mount Gambier and Robe, before cutting over to the Riverland, checking out the towns along Australia's biggest river. Then, we make our way north through the extraordinary Flinders Ranges and go remote through the SA Outback into Coober Pedy. We head into the Northern Territory and go to the bucket list location of Uluru-Kata-Tjuta National Park before experiencing the power of music in Alice Springs. We check out the unknown lands of the Barkly region before stopping into Katherine, having some epic top-end adventures and finishing in Darwin. So then, time to start the adventure here at South Australia's southernmost point. First up, we're going to drill down on why this is called the Limestone Coast.
All of this coastline is made up of limestone, which is a very easily erodible rock. It's very porous. And thousands of years ago, this coastline on the southern edge of Australia used to be way further out into the ocean. Wind and water erodes this rock very, very quickly. So over time, the coastline has come in and in and in and in, but underwater, there's been no wind eroding this limestone rock. So about 50 kilometers out, what you get under the water are like these permanent icebergs, these jagged bits of limestone. So back in the gold rush times, when all the ships were coming out here from Europe and India and all over the world, this was the main channel, the main pathway that they came to come around to Melbourne. And with that southern Antarctic wind and weather system pushing boats and ships off course, the captains would find it very difficult to navigate and they'd get pushed into these underground icebergs of limestone. So just here in Port Macdonell, there were 21 shipwrecks recorded just off this coastline. And in this sort of 200 kilometre stretch of ocean of the limestone coast, there were 650 reported shipwrecks in about 50 years.
The effects of this bed of limestone rock is evident on the coast, but inland, there's something even more spectacular.
This is a land of volcanoes and lakes. It's actually the second longest volcanic plain area in the world, stretching from here in southeast South Australia across into Victoria and then ending at the Grampians. So what you get across this landscape is it's flat. But every now and then there's a little bump in the landscape, and that represents a dormant volcano that erupted around 50,000 years ago.
These eruptions have left me the perfect opportunity to place a cinematic drone montage in this video to really showcase the beauty of the place. The Limestone coast is full of surprises, including an array of spectacular waterholes, like this one, the Little Blue Lake. However, it's not to be outdone by its larger cousin, smack bang in the middle of Mount Gambier, the Blue Lake. If you can believe it, there is no colour filter on these shots. The water really is this extreme vibrant blue. However, it only looks like this in summer. The warmer temperatures of the sun causes calcium carbonate to precipitate out of the water's chemistry, creating tiny calcite crystals that scatter blue wavelengths of sun more effectively. As limestone rock is very porous, groundwater from rain over time will cause these great sinkholes across the region. All in all, it makes it a spectacular part of the world. Well, with all that done, it's time to pack up the caravan and get on the road for the first time. This is Robe, genuinely one of the greatest beachside spots in all of Australia. This magnificent town has an ongoing population of around 1,500 people, which swells to 10 to 15,000 over summer, and I can see why. It's also a great place for me to give myself an excuse to put my tour guide hat on and talk about some of the great nature that you find here.
This is a she oak tree, which is a type of pine. And these pine trees are very interesting all around Australia. They grow right along the coastline, and that's because their roots actually hold sand together. So right by sand dunes or any other coastal environment, you'll always see quite a lot of these pine trees. There's a very interesting thing going on with these pine needles. There are two things in them. One of them is acid. So if you didn't know, trees can't move. And so what happens is they drop these needles down onto the ground, and surrounding the base of their tree, the acid will stop any other plant growing into their little area of the forest. And that means that they've got an open area where the water can come into their roots and make them grow. The other thing that is in these needles is a sex reproductive cell. So if you ever wondered how a pine tree has sex, it's like that. What you'll often find in the forest is that there will be a male, and these males you can tell because they've got a bit of brown at the very edge of the needle, and then usually downwind, so the needles can blow, right next to it you'll have the female, which you can tell because of these nice little bulbs.
Here, have another random fact about Australian flora.
Little tip for you, if you're ever stuck out by the coastline in the Australian wilderness and you are dehydrated, you can have some of this. This is called pig face. Strange name, delicious taste. It has a whole heap of sodium, like electrolyte, in it. It tastes delicious.
Looks delicious.
Chewy, full of vitamins. Let's keep going.
Should we go one more? Go on.
This is Asparagopsis, which is a type of seaweed, and it's pink. Fun fact, they're trying to feed a bull about this big into a cow's diet because it reduces the methane out of a cow's fart by about 90%. A lot of the information I will tell you on this adventure, really the only response you can have is, oh, there you go, Asparagopsis, cow's fart.
Random nature facts aside, we've actually come to Robe to see a very special business that, amongst being a great place to visit, is supporting local live music.
So yeah, and that Neil Young, I just have to go.
Can you do something and see? Or is that?
I'll try it. Or do you do something and see up the... What's the best key for that?
Don't ask me.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you when I work it out. Yeah. Try and see one. I got my paycheck today. Yeah, I spend it like a crazy boy, or I'll give it all away. Something like the golden rule, with my paycheck in hand.
At the Robe Town Brewery, the Long Beach Pickers put on a show for visitors from 1 p.m. on Sunday. This usual trio is a member down today, leaving Ned and Ian to be the dynamic duo for the afternoon. Their laid-back and smooth tunes are the perfect match for the brewery's afternoon crowd, and as Ned and Ian say, the Robe Town Brewery is the perfect match for them and all musicians.
Now it's a bit of a destination, the brewery, you know, because of the lovely people here and the presentation, you know, the old style brewing methods and that sort of stuff. Fantastic beers and really lovely people run the show. And there's music happening here, so it's sort of a thing where visitors to town, they go and see the obelisk, they go to dinner at the Cali, and they come here to at least, you know, one part of the weekend to listen
and
to
we
some
host
music.
an open mic.
Yeah,
every
it's not a
second
sign for
Sunday.
that. Yeah.
And it's always hit and miss, but sometimes wow.
Yeah.
And we'll back some people up and really
There's-
learn something.
there's a few
some great
good-
people come and shock everyone.
Yeah.
Get a good reaction.
We get some good locals that come, they bring people with them too. And then every now and then we get like, you know, half a dozen different lots of people on holidays, and they're all fantastic players, and well, we just sit back and enjoy it. Beer.
And we're so lucky to have this place. But we write our gigs in on the calendar, and if we get bumped by someone coming through, we don't care because we've got a gig.
Yeah.
Usually 2 a week, open mic. We could play more. They'd let us come on a
We
Wednesday
can leave all
night if
that
we
junk
want to.
here, you know.
Yeah.
If we get a gig somewhere else, a pain in the ass, we'll do it, pack it all up and take it. I'm still in love with you. Wanna see you dance again. I'm still in love with you.
The two chop and change instruments and tuning as part of their masterful performance. But one of the stars of the show is Ian's slide guitar that he found, fortunately, in Japan.
This?
Yeah.
I got it in Japan, and it's signed by Bucky Shirakanta and his Aloha Hawaiians. And it's dated 4/4/64, which is just in the middle of my wife and my birthday. So that justifies the purchase, right? And it cost me 10,000 yen.
How much is that?
120 bucks at the time, yeah. I couldn't get rid of it, and then I came along. Bucky Shirakanta. He was a Japanese American guy in Hawaii, and he's on dozens of recordings. And I bet he had a great life, and he probably played at all the swank hotels and resorts and got fed well. And
Bucky would have been the man. But if you'd seen a photograph of Bucky and didn't know anything else about him, you would never think his name was Bucky.
Right.
no, he's got nice teeth.
Ned's got some special instruments himself, with an awesome family tie.
This guitar here, this is a right guitar made by my little brother, who's a luthier, Mount Barker. Oh, he's in Nan now, actually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, mate, this is my number one guitar. It does everything.
Yeah,
So
wow.
It's just parlor size. I think it's triple O, I think they call it. But so I use that for everything. So
Yeah, nice.
and I'm playing a mandolin today that he made for me, and I'm playing it for the first time.
That's beautiful.
So there we go. He's spent 30 years building, and he's had a bit of a break. He's back into it now. He's got a little workshop in Nan, and he's built me a couple of guitars and this mandolin, and he's built violins, mandocellos, mandolins. He's very good at building flat top dreadnoughts, these ones.
Yep.
And I think he builds archtop jazz guitars too. You know, ones have a carved top and back.
Yep.
Looking out at the vacant field. Used to be filled with Maryland tobacco. Now no one never will.
Well, there you go. It just took one quick look and they were off into a song. That's a duo in sync if I've ever seen it. It's a fantastic vibe here at the brewery. Everyone's having a good time. Even the bloke from the pizza shop came and did a bulk delivery. And other musos in town are joining in on the action. Word has got about in town. There's a film crew here for music. And so this Ned and Ian's show's been hijacked by Beck and Keith, who've been here for years. This venue's pretty unreal. They just let anyone, well, they don't let anyone play, but they let Ned and Ian play all the time. Yeah, it's a bit like the Uncle Shed, the man cave with a couple of slide guitars and an old piano. Except the difference is that everyone here is exceptionally talented. Whereas Uncle Bob's probably no good. Mum's not starting a dance floor with her and herself only. The Robe Town Brewery embodies everything that is great about regional Australia. A great business with wonderful staff, a welcoming atmosphere, bloody good beer, and just the perfect place for the local community to be proud of, and for visitors to enjoy and learn a little bit more about the place they're in. Top it off with a bit of local music, and the Robe Town Brewery has really struck gold. It's the perfect place to finish part one of our adventure on the Limestone coast. With the calves all happy and well fed, we head back onto the buggy to go on an experience called the Camel Safari, which can only be described as absolute cinema.